Hi, my name is David Schipani, and as part of the Meet the Maker series here at the William S. Haynes Company, I'd like to talk to you about something new that we've developed. Not too long ago, I got a request from Gaspar Hoyos to make a flute that was a little bit lighter for him. And the concept behind it was to look forward and keep all the best modern technological advances that we have in flute making today, like the pinless mechanism, improved scale, and the great head joints that we make now. But somehow look back towards history and make a flute that really harkens back and takes a lot of its visual cues and stylistic cues and sculptural cues from the great instruments of the past, if that William S. Haynes has made for over 100 years. This instrument here was made in 1912, and it has some very interesting features on it that are both mechanically sound and acoustically important. Some of those features is that they tried to conserve weight at every cost and at every turn. An example of that is the hollowed out G sharp key here, and the scalloped underside of the B flat shake and the scalloped underside of the G sharp. Weight was always a concern. I've been making flutes for 30 years, and all of my great teachers have always had that in the back of their mind, where you shouldn't make the flute too heavy if you could. So looking back towards history and trying to recreate the golden age, at least in the aesthetics, because we're actually in the golden age of Haynes as far as the acoustics goes right now, we derived some of our ideas and sculpture cues from the older Hayneses and began to sculpt out some of the bottoms of the spatulas, the shake levers, the thumb wings. If you look at one of our new instruments, you'll see that all of these things really are closely related to our classic, the look and feel of a classic, beautiful old Haynes flute. Now, this is a pinless mechanism, completely modern, completely up to date with what's happening in the industry. It's a modern scale, modern head joint. So you'll get all of those great benefits of the evolution of the history of the flute, but the aesthetics and the romance of it was we tried to include that and infuse the newer flutes with that type of a feel. They're all completely handmade, one at a time, like we've always done with every flute we make. We just feel that this really is very close to what those classic Haynes flutes would feel and sound like. This flute looks backward and forward, and we tried to combine both of all the best of the world, the history of the Haynes Company and the present, and hopefully what happens in the future for the development of our instrument.